Goedemiddag graad 12's, welkom by ons klas vandag. Good afternoon grade 12's, welcome to our class today. Today we're still going to do general solutions, algemene oplossings. En vandag se algemene oplossings is vir die eerste maal graad 12 klas waar ons die nuwe graad 12 werk gaan infaseer by algemene oplossings. Welkom Lucy. She slept well. She's going to concentrate good today. Let's look at this example. Again, find the general solution. We've got a sin and a cos. And the problem is, we cannot divide with cosinus on both sides. Die rede hoekom ons in hierdie geval nie kan deel met cos aan albei kante nie, kyk na ons hoek groot is. Hierdie hoek is 2 theta en daardie hoek is theta. So ons kan nie met cos theta deel nie, want wat dan van 2 theta? En daarom gaan ons dubbelhoekformules gebruik om substitusie te doen om hierdie uitdrukking in 'n ander formaat te kry om die algemene oplossing vir hierdie uitdrukking te bepaal. So let's start. We're going to substitute our knowledge into the sinus of 2 theta. So let's substitute. En jy moet weet wat dat sin 2 theta gelyk is aan 2 sin theta cos theta. Dis leerwerk, ons dubbelhoekformules, wat ons alreeds ken, wat ons verlede kwartaal voltooi het. Goed, nou kan ek alles na die een kant van die is gelykant toe bring. And when you look at this, it's factorizable. Let's try to factorize, take out the common factor that we can take out of this, and that is cos of theta. So ons haal vir cos theta uit as 'n gemeenskaplike faktor, en dan bly daar oor 4 sin theta minus 3. If you take out the cos out of that term, that's left. If you take 1 cos out of that term, that's left. Nou het ons die nulfaktorwet, dit of dit is gelyk aan 0, so ons kan sê cos theta is gelyk aan 0, of 4 sin theta min 3 is gelyk aan 0, and we can take the minus 3 to the other side of the equals to, it becomes a plus 3, and now we've got 1, 2 expressions, en dis nou vir my bekend. Hier begin ek dan nou heel voor weer by my basiese graad 11 algemene oplossings waar ons sê, as cos theta gelyk is aan 0, wat doen ek? Ek kry eerstens my verwysingshoek. My verwysingshoek vir cos theta is gelyk aan 0 is 90 grade, en ek vra vir myself, in watter kwadrant is cos positief? Because it's 0 in mass is always positive. Cos is positief in die 4de en in die eerste kwadrant. And then again, I write down my quadrants, my first quadrant or my 4th quadrant, and I simply do my basic general solution as from scratch, and I get my values in the 2 quadrants. On that side, exactly the same thing. I've got 3/4 over there. I get my reference angle. Reference angle for 3/4 will be 48,59 degrees. And I ask myself in what quadrant is the sinus going to be positive? First, second, remember the word or, and I get my basic general solution. So now instead of 1, 2, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 different solutions. And that's now for the first time, grade 12 work. Let's look at another example, grade 12s. again I look at this and it seems to have a lookalike like a trinomial, for example, but there's no square in that, so I cannot factorize at all. So I've got to make another plan. Maar die eerste ding wat ek hier sien is weer eens 'n dubbelhoek en my kosdubbelhoeke het 3 moontlikhede. So now I must just have a peek over there and there to decide which one of the 3 am I going to use to substitute into the double angle formula. And I think a good pick in this case, if I look over there, is the double angle of cos 2 theta. That's got the sin in it. So kom ons vervang hierdie ouetjie dan met ons dubbelhoekformule. En onthou, as ons vervang ons in hakies, baie belangrik. En ons dubbelhoekformule met die sin is 1 minus 2 sin kwadraat theta. Goed, nou lyk dit al klaar beter. Kom ek verwyder my hakkie. As ek dit doen, word daai 'n plus. En nou kan ek hierdie gaan oorskryf as 'n 3 term. So let's start. Starting from the square. Let's put that in the second place. En nou kan ek my konstantes bymekaar tel. 'n -1 plus 2 gee vir my 'n plus 1. En hierdie is 'n baie mooi 3 term wat ek dan kan faktoriseer. So I've got a 2 sinus theta in this bracket and a sinus theta in that bracket. My middle term equals is a positive, so both is going to be positive in the brackets, and one got only one pair of factors, and that will be 1 times 1. So let's quickly check whether this is going to work. Ek het vir sin theta en 2 sin theta, en dit gee wel vir my middelterm 3 sin theta. Now again I've got the zero factor law, so either the one bracket or the other bracket must equal 0. And therefore, if this bracket equals 0, then I can write it as sin theta. If I take that to the other side of the equals to, it becomes a minus, and I divide with the 2 in front. Or, important word that, it cannot be and. That one is then the sinus of theta equals minus 1. And again, I'm back to basics. Basics of general solutions in grade 11. So nou kan ek weer vir myself vra, wat is die verwysingshoek as sin theta gelyk is aan 1/2? Dit is 30 grade. Waar is sin negatief en watter kwadrante? Sin is negatief in die tweede en in die derde en in die vierde kwadrant. Derde en in die vierde kwadrant. I'm completing this part of my solution. In this case, if sin theta equals minus 1, my reference angle is again 90 degrees, and again, in what quadrants will sin theta be negative? Third and fourth, third and fourth, not and, or fourth, and then I get my general solution, and again there's going to be 4 parts of answers, very easy. Only this first part, now substituting grade 12 work and just doing the things exactly the same as we've done before. Let's quickly do the last example, and then you guys will get the homework on the group, and you can practice it to make sure that you do this very well, because you can be certain to get it in the papers, because there's grade 12 work in it. Okay, last example. Again, we've got a double angle and another double angle. This one is full of double angles. Now we must be careful, because it's a bit difficult to decide which double angle you're going to use in both, because now we've got a sin square over there, but we've got a cos and a sin over there. So let's start with that one, because that one's got only one possibility. As ons vir hom vervang, dan word hy 2 maal 2 sin theta, cos theta. Graad 12, onthou dat ons nie daar die 2 vooraan kan weggooi nie. Hy is daar. Hy kan nie verdwyn nie. So daai ouetjie bly net so. Nou double angle over there. En hierdie ouetjie, omdat ek nou 'n sin en 'n cos daar het, kan ek hom vervang dalk met cos kwadraat theta minus sin kwadraat theta. Let's try that substitution, because that's also one of the possibilities for the cos of 2 theta. Now we can simplify this equation, and we can say we've got a cos square theta. These two we can add together because they are the same. So there's 5 of them. En ek kan dan gaan sê, 2 maal 2 is 4, so ek het 'n plus 4 sin theta cos theta. En hierdie ouetjie is dan ook weer eens 'n baie mooi 3-term, wat moontlik faktoriseerbaar is. Kom ons kyk of hy faktoriseerbaar is. Okay, it's a trinomial, so let's start on this side. Cos square is going to be cos times cos. If there's a minus and there's a plus, so it's important that the bigger one must be plus. And then I've got the factors of 5, factors of 5. 5 is a prime number, so it's very easy, only one possibility, 5 and 1. So I'm going to make the bigger one a plus 5, and now it's a sin of theta, and the smaller one minus 1. So let's quickly check. Wanneer ons dit kontroleer, dan kan ons die dubbel smiley tegniek gebruik en ons kan onsself vra. Dit wil dit alles hoofrekening graad 12, so sê nie baie tyd in graad 12 nie, alles hoofrekening, ek moet op het wees. 5 maal 1 is 5 sin cos. En hierdie een is dan min sin cos en dit gee vir my 4 sin cos afgehaald. So again, zero factor law. Cos theta plus 5 sin theta gee vir my 0. Daarom kan ek daai ouetjie na die ander kant van die is-gelykant neem, minus 5 sin theta, nie of cos theta gelyk aan, to the other side, sin theta, zero factor law. And now again, I've got one of the very familiar, 2 of the very familiar general solutions of grade 11 that we've done in a previous lesson. As ek 'n cos en 'n sin aan weerskante van die is-gelykant het, en die hoekgroottes is dieselfde, very, very, very important, then I may divide with cos. So let's do it. I'm dividing with cosinus on both sides, and now I've got a beautiful solution of 5. Tangent of theta equals 1. Take that minus 5 to this side of the equals 2. Remember, it's a multiplication. So now it becomes a division. I can rewrite it and switch the 2 so that it looks better. So the tangent of theta equals minus a 5th. And then you can start again with your basic general solutions. In what quadrant will tangent be negative? In the second and fourth quadrant. Second, fourth, and I can do my solution. This side, I'm going to divide with cos on both sides because the angles are equal. And now I've got the tangent of theta that equals 1. I can get my reference angle. Where's tangent now? Positive in the third and the first quadrant, and I can do a simple general solution as I've done before. Graad 12, dit is dan vandag se Trig-les. Juffrou wil tog op julle harte druk dat julle meetkundestellings weer moet gaan leer. So kom ons gaan leer vandag weer ons meetkundestelling nommer 1. We'll put that theorem 1 of the Euclidean geometry on the group as well. Go and study it, make sure that you know it very, very, very well. In your textbook, it's on page 263. In jou handboek, bladsy 263, as jy nie jou handboek tot jou beskikking het nie, ons sal ook die stelling dan weer op die groep plaas. Lekker aand, tot ziens.